Hey, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. Thank you for joining me. Listen, folks, just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I am the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs. I was once the problem. Now what I seek to do is seek to be part of the solution, seek to right my wrong, to get back, to stop these young knuckleheads from picking that brick, throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. Hey, listen, hit the like button, subscribe, share, support. Hey, what I'm talking about is what everybody else is talking about, Bun B. Okay, here it is, Bun B, a rapper, I guess from Texas, Houston. And basically about 5 years ago, he had an incident. What was that incident? Somebody, this young cat, basically home invaded, went into his house, right now and, robbed him. And from my understanding, I think the guy put a gun to Bun B wife's head. But nonetheless, right now, Bun B happened to be home. And you know what he did? He took action. He did what any human being would have done. But now everybody's like Rick Herham talking about he snitched, he rat, he's this because he got on the stand and told him what happened. You know what? Listen, folks. Everybody keep worrying about this snitching shit. You snitch that. Everybody keeps saying, well, if you're from the street, you don't supposed to snitch. You know what? All that shit is a bunch of baloney. You know what? Like I told you, I made a deal. You think I give a damn or what people think or what people, say? You know what? Because at the end of the day, you know what? I got my life, I got my freedom, I got my act together. But what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to listen to this little clip. And guess what? I'll be back.
And then tried to rob them. Yeah, he faced that man in court today during the sentencing phase of his trial. Brianna Connor takes us through Bun's testimony.
It has taken 5 years for the trial to get to this point, and it was clear that Bun B was ready to testify, explaining to the court how that violent attempted robbery still impacts his family to this day. Back in April of 2019, Bun B's wife thought she had an Amazon delivery. Instead, DeMonte Jackson was at their door with a gun. He forced his way inside, heading to the garage in an attempt to steal their car. Bun B says he ran downstairs with his gun when he heard his wife screaming and shot Jackson, who was arrested later on. He got emotional on the stand today, recalling that night and telling the court that his wife didn't deserve the trauma that Jackson has caused. Listen to him recalling why he felt the need to go after Jackson that night with a weapon.
Just the idea of seeing my wife in this state, hearing her voice in this state. I mean, I'm her husband. That's my primary job, is to protect her and make her feel safe. And I wanted to know who had done this to her. Shooting back at me. And I proceeded to unload my weapon. Well, I wasn't sure if I unloaded my weapon. And then he fell out of the car, he threw his gun down. I started fighting with him. My wife came through the garage door. She started screaming.
Dad, you only gotta ask. No! Hang on,
After that outburst, there was a brief recess and court resumed. Jackson's father said his son was a standout high school football player who, quote, had everything, including 2 cars and a moped, but not disciplined because he wanted to be a friend, not a father. Jackson was wounded in that shootout and then fled to a hospital where he was then later arrested. 2 more defense witnesses are scheduled to testify tomorrow morning, after which the judge will issue a sentence. We are live here in the Harris County Criminal Courthouse.
Okay, you heard it for himself. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen Bun B. He's on the stand. And even right now, he utilized that word. His wife is still traumatized from 5 years ago based upon what took place that night. Okay, Houston, Texas. The man charged with robbing Houston rapper Bun B and his wife Queenie during an April 2019 home invasion has just been sentenced. ABC 13 learned through court record Friday that DeMonte Jackson was served 40 years in prison for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and engaging in organized crime exhibiting a deadly weapon. Jackson, who was 20 years old at that time of the incident, pleaded guilty to the felony charge related to the crime, where he held the rapper wife Queenie at gunpoint and was shot during a gunfight with Bun B. On Thursday, Bun B, whose real name is Bernard Freeman, spoke for the first time from the witness stand about what happened. He testified for 20 minutes explaining to the court how that violent attempted robbery still affected their life. During Bun B testimony, he noted that Queenie had dealt with anxiety before and had just finished therapy when a home invasion happened. That day, Bun B's wife thought she had an Amazon delivery, but instead, Jackson, who was wearing a mask, was at the door with a gun. He forced his way inside, held her at gunpoint, and then went into the garage in an attempt to steal their car. Bun B was on the second floor of their home at the time and heard his wife screaming, "Just take the car, just take the car." The rapper say he ran downstairs with his gun, shot and wrestled with Jackson, who was later found wounded at a hospital and arrested later on. Bun B say Thursday he never heard that kind of terror in his wife's voice in the 20 plus years that they have been married. This was an entirely new traumatizing incident, Bun B say. This is something we still, deal with today. Bun B got emotional on the stand as he recalled that night. He told the court that his wife didn't deserve the trauma that Jackson caused and that he felt the need to go after Jackson with a weapon. Just the idea of seeing my wife in this state, hearing her voice in this state. I am her husband. That's my primary job, to protect her and make her feel safe. And I wanted to know who did this to her, he say. Jackson defense team have no question for Bun B. The case had taken 5 years to get to this point because, according to Jackson's attorney, he suffered from mental health issue. Hey, folks, listen. This kid, he was 20 at the time, and right now just got sentenced to 40 years. And right now, for what? Because he wanted what? Another man, another woman car? So you basically pick up that brick, threw at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. Even with that mental illness shit, there's so many people that's out there that's suffering, that need help. But once again, you can't turn to crime. You can't start victimizing other people. You have to get the necessary help that you need. And for those of you that's out there that saying that this man Bun B snitch, he cooperate, he got on the stand, he's a rat. You know what? Y'all are a bunch of sick hypocrites. Y'all are so infatuated by that street life about snitching. What in the hell that man supposed to do? Somebody came into his house. Somebody threatened his wife, his kingdom. And what he's supposed to do? Be like the late Martin Luther King and turn the other cheek? No. He did what he had to do. And even the fact right now is, guess what? He got on the stand. Let he or she without sin cast the first stone. Get away from that bootleg street meth. No snitching. Y'all are a bunch of, so right now, y'all know a bunch of, young girls that's out there being sodomized, being raped, being taken advantage, little boys being taken advantage of. So that's cool. So you know what? Nah, we can't say anything because that's snitching. No, man, listen, man, get that bootleg mentality out of here and grow the F up. All that, where that shit come from? You know what? From back in the days. Y'all still have that slavery mentality. You know what? Right now, we y'all seeing, Kunte Kinte doing something. But you know what? Guess what? Here it is. Everybody want to go like this, man. We got to tell the master. We got to do this. We got to do this, man. Oh, we can't say this. We can't say that. Get away from that BS, man. That's what destroying our culture. That's what destroying our community. That's what destroying our life. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe, share, support. I am the real Bryant Glaze Gibbs. If I can change, anybody can change. One love.